Now here's a film I bet you forgot about. One Crazy Summer. One Crazy Summer. What can I say about this movie? I just have so many fond memories. Like 1986 was such a great year for me. I just love the 80s. I really do miss that decade. They were more simpler times, weren't they? Just, you had to use your imagination a lot more. I will say one thing about summer holidays in England. They are really boring AF. They truly are. So when I watch films like One Crazy Summer, it's like, why can't I have that summer vacation? Why was that ever denied me? So without further ado, let's talk about this film. Now, if you haven't watched it, I definitely do recommend you buy it. I don't think there's a 4K release at the moment. And a lot of people in YouTube comments were saying, why doesn't this get a 4K treatment? I do have the DVD, which I think I bought in 2000. So yeah, it's been a bit battered here and there, but the only worthwhile special features about watching this would be the commentary by Bobcat Goldthwait and the director of the movie, Steve Savage Holland, and Curtis Armstrong, who you know from Supernatural and Moonlighting. Now, John Cusack, as you might not be aware, started his career playing socially awkward teenager types in movies such as Left 4 Dead and Say Anything. But the ironic thing is that he's a handsome dude anyway. Now, Cusack plays the iconically named Hoops McCann, a failed basketball player turned aspiring cartoonist, and much of this is illustrated through the film's visuals to progress the narrative, and pretty much often Cusack portrays his character as a downbeaten, downtrodden on his luck rhino or gorilla who gets picked up by a very beautiful, busty woman, and off into the sunset they go, which is a contrast to his normal real-life escapades where he's just down on his luck in love. And that was pretty much the recipe of the day for films in the 80s. And when this film begins, it is pretty crazy from the get-go. So Cassandra Eldridge, as played by Demi Moore, and I will be talking about her later on because she's quite the revelation in this film, believe it or not. Now, the craziness of this summer begins when Cusack, along with his best friend George Calamari, as played by Joel Murray, embark on their summer trip to Nantucket Island in Massachusetts. And along the way, they decide to take a toilet break. And I mean, of all the toilets of all the towns in all the world, Cusack has to walk into the one where he finds money in the paper towel disposer. Now, the last thing you'd expect to find hiding out in the cubicle of a men's toilet is Demi Moore with her cornrows and a hippy-dippy outfit. It's really quite funny to behold. And John Cusack helps her to escape her gang of motorcycle pursuers. And so the road trip to craziness begins. And it is a fun ride. Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you, a lot of this is down to Steve Savage Holland, because throughout the film, we don't just get his cartoonist gift of illustrating the dark and sometimes macabre sense of humor that goes on within his mind. I mean, bunnies exploding. A lot of what makes the film memorable is Bobcat Goldthwait. That guy is a comedic genius, and he's actually turned into a really good filmmaker as well. If you've seen God Bless America, where he's recruited Joel Murray, who played George Calamari in this film, to be in that, you should watch it. I highly recommend it. But his comedic chops and timing in this film is hilarious. From his just frenetic, insane style of speaking and wreaking havoc in a Godzilla costume, trampling this model display of the future landscape of the Nantucket Island, which Demi Moore's character has to save from falling into the hands of those developers because her late grandfather left her the family home to look after. I believe this is the same family home that serves as an old people's community home. So it's really emotional, and there's a real financial investment for her to save that with the help of the local residents. Now, Demi Moore, it's interesting because she sings this song in the movie called Don't Look Back. And while I was watching it last night, I was thinking, God, her lip syncing is really, really like, it's uncannily so good, until I had to look up the fact she does sing this song. And but what really just makes me frustrated is, why didn't Miss Moore go into singing? Because she's a really good singer. I was so shocked. That's no detriment to her. It's not an insult as well, because you normally see actors who can't sing are just provided the vocals to by somebody else. But when I saw the end credits sung by Demi Moore, I'm like, what the hell?
The whole damn world's coming down on you. They want.
So, yes, it's a cheesy 80s song, but who cares? That's the reflection of the times. We liked a good cheesy song. But I've got to give a special mention to Uncle Frank. There's a recurring gag throughout this whole movie where every summer, this radio show hosts the fact that somebody could be the lucky winner. If you're the 50th caller, you could win $1 million. And eventually he does get through, but something else happens. And it's very, very funny. And I've got to give a special mention also to Mark Metcalf, who plays Aguilia Beckerstead. And it's the douchebag that he also played in the very memorable Animal House. You remember Mark Metcalf as Niedermeyer?
It's a pledge pin, sir. A pledge pin on your uniform!
He also popped up in the Twisted Sister video for We're Not Gonna Take It, so definitely check him out. It's a very good comedic performance from him. I think the last thing that I saw him in was in a Buffy the Vampire episode, but it was heavily disguised in makeup, but he was very good in that too. But One Crazy Summer. Did you forget about this film? Was it even on your radar? Have I made you aware about how great this film actually is? Seriously, the rewatchability factor of this movie is just like on a scale of 1 to 10, easily a 9. I've also got to give a special mention to Kimberly Foster, who plays Cookie Campbell. Yep, she's stunning. She looks like somebody who stepped out of a Playboy magazine, but she's just got this nice air of innocence about her. But I've got to say that some of her visual comedy timing is also worth noting. The whole movie is just like a real good piss take between the rich and the socially poor, and it works really, really well because you know whose side you're actually on at the end. But Bobcat Goldthwait is just, yeah, he's a comedy revelation.
Hi, how you doing? Where you from? What do you do for a living?
He's also in the Police Academy films as Zed. I might review 1 or 2 of the Police Academy movies for sure. And no, I have not forgotten my hot dog rating, thanks to Frank Holland, one of my favorite viewers. This is definitely a 5 out of 5 hot dogs. One Crazy Summer. Do go and watch it. I don't know if you can watch it online anywhere, but it is a fantastic film. Does deserve a remastering for sure. What is my next 80s film going to be? Well, I'm going to keep that a secret, but hopefully it's one that you'll like. And until next time, take it easy.